5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Are you a fan of video games? Do you enjoy half-thought-out battle plans? Are you a fucking moron? Well, then you're in the right place. Grab a controller and watch your back because the team killing glitchtards have just entered the chat.
The raccoon was smarter than I thought it was.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens. And that's typical fare for the team killing glitchtards. Sometimes raccoons are smarter than we are. There's nothing we can do about it.
I mean, they do have human hands.
That's true. Listen, all bets are off when a motherfucker has opposable thumbs. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, shit, they have four opposable thumbs because their feet are basically the same thing.
Yeah, their hands, yeah.
That's fucking insanity.
You ever seen Eon Flux?
Yeah.
Or
Aeon Flux?
The movie, actual.
With the Charlize Theron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that lady had that surgery?
Feet hands. Yeah. That's insane. Anyways, well, welcome to this episode of Team Killing Glitchtards. Today, we are going to begin our series on one of the most hallowed franchises. If you think of a Mount Rushmore of video games, the Master Chief's fucking helmet is on there. Mm-hmm. And of course, we're talking about Halo.
If there's a president of the video game world, it's Halo.
It's Halo. It is the goddamn Halo. So we're gonna start. We're gonna do them like we did with Mass Effect. We're gonna take them one at a time. Now we're only gonna do the first three for now.
We'll be mentioning all of them.
Yeah. Of course, we're gonna be going through in and out of all 8, 9 of 10, 11, 12, 15 of them,
and the books
and everything. But this one's gonna specifically just generally be Combat Evolved. Halo Combat Evolved, the first proper Halo game. But before we get into that, if you like listening to us talk about video games, you're going to love hearing us talk about all the other fucking shit we talked about. And if you want to hear what it is, you can go to GameRageMagazine.com and you can hear the full menu, the full platter, the full plethora of podcasts that we have available for your listening pleasure. And if you want to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, which we know you won't, but if you would like to, if there's one or two of you out there that would like to, you can go follow us at Game Rage Magazine. And if you will, if Twitter/X is more your thing, you can go to at Game Rage Mag on there. And obviously, I'm here today with Frank. I'm Josh. Frank's here. You can go follow Frank at Anime Syndicate or Anime_Syndicate_podcast on Instagram. If you want to hear, Frankisms. And we're here today with those of you team killing glitchtards fanatics. You are very familiar with the infamous Don Juan Rubadon. Ruben is here today with us as well.
Hi. How is everyone else doing? How are you doing, Josh?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Ruben. That's very polite and very kind of you.
You're welcome. How about you?
And I would just like to say that your kindness and your politeness, Frank, just losing life points left and right. Your politeness and your kindness, it's a breath of fresh air amongst the hate and fucking nonsense that we have here.
Go fuck yourself, Josh.
I would also like to say, Ruben, because of that, you're now fired. So don't ever fucking come back again. Don't look at me. Don't fucking call me. Lose my number. I'm just kidding, kind of. But anyways.
Kind of.
So, Halo. Let me, before we get into Halo, what do you guys... Obviously, Ruben, you were like barely alive when Halo came out. What year were you born?
2001.
Okay, so that came out. I mean, I just need, because I'm so old, I don't fucking came out on November 15th, 2001. So you were slightly older than Halo, right? Because your birthday's
February.
So you're slightly older than Halo.
You know what's funny?
What?
You know what's a fact that trips up most kids?
What's that?
That we're older than Google.
Oh, you're right, man. That didn't exist when we fucking were kids, man.
It existed for him, I think, but then it exists for us.
Yeah, it exists for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, but
we had
when
internet.
he was born, Google was
Yeah,
around.
remember when you had to go to Dogpile?
No, Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. Oh man, people don't know about Ask Jeeves, man. That fucking butler, that fancy ass butler. You could ask him questions and he'd give you stupid answers. Anyways, so Halo Combat Evolved was I even though it wasn't an open world game,
It felt like it.
it really felt like it. It felt like a scale of first person shooter that we never had before. Because
Which is funny because going into 2 and 3, that changes.
yeah, it does. And I mean, 2 became a rail shooter essentially, just like most first person
it became
shooters.
very linear.
Right. And that's how pretty much every first person shooter we had up until Halo.
Infinite.
Yeah. But I'm saying up until Halo Combat Evolved, every first person shooter up until that point was essentially a rail shooter. You were basically limited to hallways. You were just indoors usually. Any outdoor stuff that you had was not that great.
I thought games like Time Crisis was rail shooters.
Yeah. Okay. So when it's not a rail shooter proper because rail shooters are like the light gun games. Those are for sure rail shooters.
They're like linear games.
Yeah. This is like extremely linear where it's like the Medal of Honor games, right? They're very linear in the sense that it's almost like you're in a rail shooter because you can only go down this hallway. You can't like go into a bunch of rooms. Like this was before all that shit. Halo, you could kind of go and explore shit, even though there was nothing there, maybe necessarily to find other than maybe some skulls or some hidden secrets and Easter eggs. But the game wasn't just straight linear. You could move off into fucking an area. If you didn't go into the right area you're supposed to go to, you could get there, right? We didn't have that option really in any other games.
I mean, there were not for first person shooters, no.
Right, that's what I'm saying. For first person shooters, this truly was, in my opinion, this was Combat Evolved.
Yeah.
It was first person shooter Combat Evolved.
I mean, it was a linear game or rail game. It was just it gave the illusion of an open world game.
And what's insane is this was a launch title for the original Xbox. This came with the system.
This is the title for Xbox.
Yeah, this was the Xbox title. I mean, like I said, it basically was bundled with the fucking console.
I don't think any other PlayStation exclusive even came close to the popularity that Halo had.
Oh, no. I think there's no...
I mean, maybe God of War, but even then...
Well, God of War didn't even come out until, 2003, 2002, maybe? I don't know. Somewhere around there. Because God of War was a PS2, I think, original. Came out on the PS2.
Yes, PS2.
So, yeah, I mean... Halo had everything. And additionally, just like with what we were used to, and essentially with GoldenEye, right, as being another kind of first-person shooter, granted, that was much of a different experience because you only had the one stick.
That's the grandfather of first-person shooting.
It is. That's your grandpappy.
That's the grandpa buff.
Right, yeah. And it's horrible to play now. It sucks on a level that you wouldn't...
Played it recently, dude.
No, I mean, like, if you were to play it with... If you played it on an N64 with the single stick, it's horrible to play.
But
but the port now that you can play on, like, because it's on Xbox Live or whatever, you can get it. And I played it, and it's awesome with the dual thumbsticks. It's fucking so great. But that concept back then, when you only had the one stick to move and you had to use...
I don't know, man. I kind of think it worked better.
I hated that shit,
because if it was like a normal first-person shooter, it'd be shit. But remember with that one, you had to hold the left bumper to aim. Mm-hmm. So it kind of worked. Like right now with the port, it kind of holding the left trigger to aim feels weird. Like, normally that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
But when you aim in a first-person shooter nowadays, you're going into... Where in this one, when you hold the left trigger, all it does is brings up the ready key when you control the gun. Yeah, true.
So like with GoldenEye had a local multiplayer component to it, and Halo brought that with it.
That was fucking probably my first experience with LAN parties.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was definitely... LAN parties were the shit, man.
Yeah, but that wasn't your first experience with one.
No. I had other
StarCraft.
Ones. Yeah, StarCraft for sure was the first true. And honestly, actually, even maybe prior to that would be Rainbow Six, like the Rainbow Six games on PC. That was...
Do you remember... There's this game I used to play a lot that reminds me a lot of Rainbow. It was like a combination of Rainbow Six and Metal Gear. Mm-hmm. It was a game called Project IGN.
Oh, Project IGI. I'm going in. That game was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I love that game. I played that game on PC.
Same.
And dude, that is one of my favorite games of all time.
And I remember like it was like some dude. He's just bald and
Yeah.
like has like that
The
receding
bandana,
hairline.
yeah, and he had
the
like a-
receding hairline.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's I don't know. It was just so weird, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun as shit. And so, anyway, back to Halo though, real quick.
Yeah. If you've been listening to us, you know we go on.
Yeah, you know we go on tangents, but with the LAN party thing, LAN parties were Halo fucking revolutionized that because before we were essentially primarily doing that on PCs.
Yeah.
It wasn't a console type thing, and this is what was great about a console.
Well, it's great about because Microsoft did it because they had the idea of including that LAN port in the
Right,
Xbox.
yeah.
PlayStation 2, you had to buy the adapter.
Right, Xbox was well, not the first, but it was the first major rollout of it built into
because the Dreamcast
console.
had it.
The Dreamcast did have it, but no one used it.
And so then the N64. Not the N64, the GameCube.
Yeah, the GameCube did too.
The GameCube had a lot of fucking features that you would only contribute to a modern game.
Right,
modern
yeah.
console, I should say.
Yeah, the GameCube was a highly fucking underrated console in my
Not as
opinion,
much as the Dreamcast, man.
True, the Dreamcast was slept on hardcore, but that's because you had PS1, you had
The Xbox.
the Xbox at that time, you had
And then the
N64, GameCube, and it just wasn't going to survive. But when you get into the LAN party aspect of it with the console generation, like to me, it's that early 2000s, the Xbox, the PS2, those consoles were the ones that got people into console gaming. That's what made console gaming. Was because after that, before that, if you really wanted to have access to good shit, you had to have a PC and you had to constantly pay the expensive prices to upgrade your video cards, upgrade your motherboards, upgrade your fucking RAM, upgrade all this horse shit, right? And that was an obstacle. That was a barrier to entry for a lot of people. Me being one of them. That shit was hard to do. You couldn't just do that. The access to it wasn't available like it is now.
Like right now, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's simpler. Like,
Yeah, it's simpler and it's if you can find 1,000 YouTube videos on how to install your own shit, whereas you had to go to college to learn how to do that basically, or you just had to experiment and break shit. But back then, shit was just as expensive like it is now, so people weren't willing to risk it. But this console setup of LAN parties made it so that, hey man, this is it. It is meant to just be this, and you're never gonna have to upgrade it. You're never gonna have to fucking do no bullshit. All the games that we're gonna play, you can play this thing for 6, 7 years, 8 years, however long until the next one comes out. And then guess what? Then you just buy the next one, and then that's it. You're good. You don't gotta upgrade shit every year or two. You just roll with it. And so the LAN party aspect was cool because also you could just take your Xbox, pick it up, and fucking go wherever.
remember they used to sell that Xbox,
That case,
that bag, yeah,
and it had the TV built into it.
No, it was a bag just to put your Xbox, the controller,
Yeah.
a couple games, the memory cards.
Right.
Wait, did Xbox one have memory cards? Yeah, they had them
put
in
them
the
in the controller.
Yeah, and it was a travel bag for it.
Yeah,
It was. I think it was called the LAN bag.
yeah, something like that. But they had one that had a
Yeah, little TV.
little TV built
All
into
three
it.
of them did.
Yeah. And that was cool as shit because, like, if you wanted to really hardcore LAN party it, you just fucking bring one of those and everybody has their own little fucking 14-inch TV that they can watch it on. There ain't no screen hopping on those, that's for sure.
Screen peeking, or whatever they called it.
Screen hopping, yeah. And so the funniest part about the LAN party thing is you could go and you could get what? You could run 4 people per console.
I think it was 16 was the max.
Yeah, but you could do 16 total. So you could have 4
At
fucking
least
consoles.
when it comes to Halo,
Yeah, it was 16 players. I think you could have in one lobby.
or 8, one of the two.
I think it was 16.
I think it was 16.
And
yeah.
so you could run, if you had fucking enough people, you could run 4 Xboxes and you could you could fire that up and get it going. But anyways, Halo, the story was also like the storyline of the game was very it was different. It was different than
Most FPS at the time.
yeah, most FPSs were either World War II or I don't know. I don't even know. Just ridiculous shit. First person shooters. Time Splitters, man. Time Splitters was one. I don't know if you ever played the Time Splitters game, but like Time Splitters was a first-person shooter that was, the storyline was a little ridiculous. You're like traveling in and out of time.
But it was meant to be a comedy, though.
Right. But Halo was like...
They had their own version of the Stargate.
Yeah. But Halo was the serious science fiction first-person shooter, right? And I played it, I didn't get the Xbox as a launch thing. I think I got it like the next year or whatever.
Jose did, and that's how I got to play it.
Yeah, so I got to play it like sometime in 2002. But
the first console I straight out owned was the PlayStation 2, and then later on the 360.
Yeah,
God world.
Yeah, I know. Ruben? When did you play Halo? The first Halo game. When was the first time you remember playing Halo?
First ever Halo game I played was either Halo Reach or 2. It was back in, I want to say when I was when did we get to 360?
Asking the wrong people.
No, I'm asking myself, don't worry. I want to say I was like probably around like maybe around 10, I think, or maybe slightly younger. Because I know I was still in elementary when I started playing this thing.
Yeah. All right. Do you remember when you first played the original Halo game? Like when you went back and decided to say, "Oh man, this is cool. I like this."
So like for Halo CE, I didn't get to play Halo CE until the collection came out.
Oh, like the Master Chief Collection?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you think of this game? Because you have a different perspective, because we obviously played it all chronologically in order as it was supposed to, because we were, playing games back then. But you didn't have that opportunity, so you went back and played Halo after you had already played all of the most recent, Halo games. So what did you think of this one as compared to the others?
I still thought it was great. Like even though it was like less lower graphics and everything else, it was still just an amazing game.
Yeah,
you couldn't change my mind. It still stayed as one of my favorite games ever.
Like the first Halo game, or just Halo as a franchise.
The Halo an entire franchise. It's like every single one of the games, even the ones that people say they're bad, that are bad ones. Like what was it, like 4 or 5 or whatever it was. Yeah, I still fucking enjoy the hell out of them. Like it's just happiness whenever I play them. That makes me more happy than playing a Halo game.
Yeah.
Hey, so saying, since this whole anthology that we're going to be doing is going to be pretty much focusing on the Bungie games,
right?
Should we call them like the Halo Bungie Mark 1?
Oh, Mark 1. Or maybe we should just call it Bungie's Halo Manifest Destiny? Question mark.
I see what you did there. Because they made Destiny, those pricks.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible.
Fucking what? I'm still salty about that, man.
About what? Destiny?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was like $180 on the first one, and then fucking what, $1,000 on the second.
Yeah. Anyways, Frank, you played obviously Halo the first when it first was out.
Halo the first.
What were your thoughts on Halo after you had started playing it?
Honestly, Halo 1 wasn't. I said this in the Mass Effect game. Halo 1 is a lot like Mass Effect 1, where it's the first game in the entire legacy, the saga, for both of them, but they are vastly different games from all the games that came after it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mass Effect 1 it's almost a different game. It's a different game from Mass Effect 2. And with Halo, the first time I played it, I thought that was it was fucking great. I enjoyed every aspect of it. I've had fun. Then I played Halo 2. And every time I go back to Halo 1, it's like, I want to say it felt like a chore, but that was the kind of feeling that I got after playing Halo 2.
It's rough. It's not. I don't want to say rough, but it's the storytelling got better as the thing went on. The
I will say this:
dialogue got
Mass
better.
Effect 1
yeah,
is a chore to me
yeah.
because I just finished Mass Effect 1 and I finally started Mass Effect 2 with my perfect character because I completed everything. And getting that completion on Mass Effect 1 is oh my god, dude! I had to stop so many times because it was doling the brain out of me.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I started 2, just smooth.
You're like,
it was smooth,
good, this is
dude.
fun again. Yeah.
It's like, okay, I love Mass Effect 1, but Mass Effect 2 is just so much better. And the same thing I feel with Halo Combat Evolved. I love Halo Combat Evolved, but Halo 2 is just so much better.
Yeah, Halo 2 is a great game.
Yeah, and Halo 3 is just even better than that, man. Like Halo 2 picked up the epicness, I guess, of the game. It made it feel more epic. I mean, not that Halo Combat Evolved wasn't epic, but it was missing something.
Yeah.
It was the prototype for greatness.
Yeah.
And they built the bones of it with the storyline and everything, and then they said, hey, you know what? Now we got to make this shit cinematic. And that's kind of where I think like Modern Warfare got its cinematic nature from, was from Halo. Because I think Halo did it best. You know what I'm saying? Like they did it first and they did it best, you know?
You know who didn't do it? You know who probably did it first, but definitely didn't do it best?
Who's that?
Fucking Metal Gear.
Oh, yeah, Metal Gear.
No, fucking Metal Gear 3 was more of a movie than it was a game.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
Again,
Most of those Metal Gear games are generally more movies than they are games, though.
Yeah, but they were so great.
They were great. Man, we should do a Metal Gear one, too.
Well, I only played the first 3.
I don't think I played a single one.
And the Raiden one, Metal Gear Rising.
Oh, yeah. Revengeance or whatever.
I had to say that might be my favorite of the Metal Gear games.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good in that soundtrack. Rules of Nature is still on my fucking playlist. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. So, Halo.
Fuck, dude. And fucking shooting grunts was fucking fun as fuck in that game.
Oh.
The elites were perfect challenges. Playing around with the alien weapons. In number 1, I don't think I liked any of the alien weapons.
That was another thing, too, that was very unique to Halo at the beginning, was the fact that you could just pick up enemy guns and they were vastly different. They shot a completely different type of ammunition than what you were used to, really.
One-shot dildos.
Yeah, basically pink dildos. So, I mean, that was very unique. That was very interesting. That's
probably one of the first game where the gun was part of the melee action.
Yeah, true.
Because he actually literally flips the gun over so you can...
And he fucking whacks him.
With the needles.
Yeah. So... And yeah, you're right. The balancing of the game was great. Like nothing seemed like it was too off. I guess it was everything was balanced well.
And it's one of the things that there are games that have affected history, like in the sense of gaming history.
Yeah,
kind of like there's moments in cinema that have affected cinema history, like Star Wars. Luke, no, I am your father, is. To this day, even people who don't watch Star Wars know that fucking line. And then there's moments like that in the video game world, like Metal Gear Snake Eater. She was a true hero. She was a patriot with big bosses over.
Yeah.
And then there's, I had a whole list in my head right now and it just went away. But Halo, or sorry, I didn't say the Star Wars Knights of the Republic, where you find out that your character is Revan.
Yeah.
It's still like one of the biggest swerves in gaming history. Spoilers.
Come on.
It's a 40-year-old game.
20 fucking years ago, all right? If you did not play that to the completion, you were never going to do it. I don't want to hear about it.
Halo has one of those moments. Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah.
That is still being felt to this day, because it's one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube too. Is people's first reaction to the flood.
Yeah,
because it completely flipped the whole. Oh, it's just humans versus these aliens, and now it's humans versus these aliens and zombies.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
Space zombies?
What the fuck is it? And then the way they introduced it, that whole episode was that whole. Because you know how Halo was episodic.
Yeah, right.
Remember, me and Josh talk about this a lot because in ROTC, we were having one of our classes. They were talking about map making and stuff, and he was talking about. And he asked people, "What is it? What is the person who makes a map called?" And Josh instantly was able to answer because of Halo.
Because the cartographer, the silent cartographer.
One of the missions is called the silent cartographer.
Yeah.
I forgot what the name of this mission is, but the second that mission starts, it was completely up to that point. It was complete. As soon as the game level started, it was completely a tone shift. Everything about it felt different from what the rest of the game was.
Yeah.
It was creepy from the second it started, and it just got worse and worse. And because the game isn't a horror game; it's a first-person shooter,
Right. Yeah.
and then it became a horror game
Yeah.
because it was the most freaky, creepy ass shit ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the music made me feel like that. Really,
Oh yeah.
well.
It did.
And like one of my favorite things I like to do is to watch people's first reactions to that.
Yeah.
And it's like even when you go, the same thing with Star Wars is watching people's first reaction, like watching little kids,
Yeah.
their first reaction to hearing that Darth Vader is Luke's son.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking great.
Indeed.
And I'm looking forward to doing that with Chloe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what you call it? And like, I don't know, man, just that scene. And then, because you even watch a recording, so it's like a found footage. You even get a found footage scene where they show Captain Keyes and all them, and they all get fucking swarmed by something. And you can't tell what it is. And then you open that door and you just literally open the floodgates.
Yeah.
And you see all the little fucking, what was the name for the little guys?
Those little pop. I call them little popcorn guys because like they're little popcorns, and if you shoot them, they fucking explode. So
I think I knew their name. I forgot it. Fuck.
But anyway, a bunch of them come up, and at first you're like, "Oh shit!" And you just start spraying and praying.
yeah,
And yeah, they were. Then you realize, oh, they're nothing. They barely do anything to your shields. And then you just see some of them start running up to dead bodies, and and then they fucking start. Then they wake up and they start fighting you, and start to shoot guns at you. And it's like, oh shit.
yeah. I can't find the name of those fucking things.
Huh?
I said, I can't find the name of those things.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like that's a moment that goes down in video game history.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's one of those major swerves or whatever, and that just it changed. I mean, it changes the game because you're just like, oh shit,
Because it just goes from just a military. It went from a military experience game to a Resident Evil / military experience game.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. Anyways, Halo. What else? What other fond? Do you have any other fond memories of?
Well, it led to reading the books.
Yeah, the books.
Fuck, the first one. What was it called? The Fall of Reach.
Yeah,
It's my favorite Halo book and one of my favorite books of all time.
it's a very good book.
Written by Eric Nyland, I believe.
Yeah.
Who also had a master's degree in chemistry.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude, that book was fucking amazing. Talking about how the Spartan was chosen, all that shit. Like finding out that the Spartan creation was nothing but war crimes.
Oh yeah, basically. Yeah, Dr. Halsey was War Crime Central.
And then you see how the kids get indoctrinated and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that book showed that the Spartans, because I always thought it was all these cool super soldiers. And then you read the Fall of Reach, and like, these kids are these Spartans are a fucking tragedy story.
Mm-hmm. They're a cautionary tale. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, all that sacrifice created the one dude.
Oh, they're called pod effectors. That's what they're called. Little things.
Yeah, but there was a nickname that people called them back then. Like I think Poplars was it that you were saying.
Yeah. So
because they pop.
The one dude, all that shit led to the one guy who saved humanity basically from extinction.
Master Chief.
Not only extinction from the Covenant being a religious cult that wanted to wipe out anyone who didn't want to join them in wiping out all life in the galaxy because they're idiots, but from goddamn zombies, space zombies, which were trying to assimilate everything to them and make everything the Flood, basically.
Right.
So worth it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Hashtag worth it at the end of the day.
I mean, he wasn't, in Cortana's own word, he wasn't the smartest. He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the strongest. He was the luckiest.
Yeah, that's true. It was just his luck. She says that at the beginning of Halo 3.
Yeah.
Which is, man, hey, I will just say this now, spoiler alert, but Halo 3 might be the best video game I've ever played in my entire life. Like, from a narrative standpoint as well as gameplay, man, it is so good. And again, we're gonna do a whole episode on that, so we're not even gonna fucking really necessarily deep into it now. But as related to Halo,
that's the thing though too. Like when it comes to Halo Combat Evolved, it's hard for me to properly assign this game because there's a lot of cool characters like Captain Key, Sergeant Johnson, Master Chief, obviously, all these characters, but these characters only became super cool to me because a lot about them was explained in the Fall of Reach book. So it's hard for me to so everything I love about Halo Combat Evolved is only happening because of Halo, the Fall of Reach book.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to assign this game a good score because, it's being influenced by my love of the first book.
Yeah, it's hard to objectively, and that's another thing is I don't think we should even give it scores because, well, at least this one, because it's hard to be objective about it. Having played it in multiple incarnations, we played it on the Xbox. Hell, we played it on the Xbox 360. We played it on the Xbox One. We played it on the Xbox. We've played it on every fucking console.
If there's a console, there's been a Halo game,
right? And
so with these one, what was the last one? Halo Infinite? Yeah,
Halo Infinite was the last one.
Which,
I mean,
it wasn't bad, but no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that it's gonna get this next game is retconning everything because they're gonna make the TV show canon now.
Okay, I did not know that part.
At least that's what the last I heard from Microsoft. Because I don't know how you make this game canon. Nothing about it even connects to the video games.
Right, yeah.
So, I don't know. At least with the Fallout series, the guy who's in charge of Fallout was involved in the show. As opposed to the Halo, where the person literally said, I am not making a Halo game. I don't care about the game's history or legend. I'm making my own story. And yeah, you made your own piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it ain't Halo.
No, yeah, I don't know.
I know your dad likes it, but
well, he
doesn't play Halo, so there's nothing for him to know.
If you don't play Halo, then yeah, of course it's a good show. If you don't like Halo, or you don't play it, or you don't know shit about it, but again, if you know shit about it, it's like, well, this is not Halo. It's got some of the same some of the shit rhymes, but it's not it. I thought it was the fucking worst thing ever. Don't get me started on that fucking asshole who plays Master Chief. But
and they just confirmed the second season
to say that we don't know the Master Chief, bitch. We've been playing as this fucking guy for the last 20 plus years. You got a fucking script a couple years ago, and you played him.
And you think you know this character better than us?
Yeah. And part of the reason, and this isn't like people, everybody's got to bring racism into this shit, but Halo, the reason why it was so awesome that Master Chief's face was never shown.
It can be anybody.
Is because it could be any one of us.
The book kind of ruined it because.
Sure. They said he was a little fucking white kid, but I mean, whatever.
Still, it's your character. So people. One of the things people always talk about is why do video game movies always fail? And it's because I think Matt Pat said it best. Is because when you go from a video game to a movie, you lose one sense of immersion. Where, like in a movie, your immersion is what you see, what you hear, what you feel. With video games, you have another aspect to it because you have you. Mm. What you experience is based on you. So, in a movie, you can just watch it and be done. In a video game, you have to make it possible for you to get the next part of the story. You have to fight, you have to kill, you have to be bosses, and then you can get to the next part of the story to unlock the next part of the story. You don't get that sense of immersion because you're no longer in control of these characters. So that's probably a big factor is why video game movies always fail. Now, like with Fallout, again, it works because it's beyond all the Fallout games. It's its own story. There's no characters from the video game series. There's just references, and in their own story, and it works because it's not my Fallout 4 character that's in there. It's not our Fallout 3 characters. It's not the New Vegas characters.
No, it's nothing. It's just original characters.
Yes, so it works. Yeah. That's why it worked. Now, the best way the guy described it was, hey, to understand the sense of immersion, when was the last time you saw a movie and then the movie just stops midway and makes you answer a quiz? And if you don't answer the quiz correctly, you have to rewatch the last hour.
Yeah.
Because in video games, we have to fight, die, restart, keep fighting until we finally get to the next part. We're more invested in these characters as a video game than we will ever be in a movie.
Right.
And that's why it's just people aren't able to attach themselves to these movies. Therefore, it fails. And the majority of the people that are going to go see a video game movie are people who played the video game.
Right.
And the people who didn't play the video game usually end up liking the movie.
Right.
Because they don't have that
attachment to it. And generally the people who make the movies didn't play the video game. So they don't understand. And they're just taking a story and trying to do the best they can with what they got. And sure, I get it. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been some of them that I've liked myself. Like the original Hitman movie, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like ones that were really bad, like Blood Rain movies.
Oh yeah,
those were fucking horrible.
They were pretty terrible.
Tell that asshole to get out of my chair.
No, that's my chair.
No, I'm joking with you.
Oh.
But yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Is like, that's my gripe with Halo. Mm-hmm. You literally are trying to rewrite everything we experience and trying to break our sense of immersion that we gained over the last 20 years playing these franchise.
Right.
And openly disrespecting anybody that likes the video games. It's like, that's like that one dude. I forgot what movie. I think it was the guy who's the new doctor for Doctor Who. Mm. And he says, "Hey, if you don't like the wokeness, don't watch it." Nobody watched it, and now he's bitching. Why is there nobody watching?
Yeah,
you set yourself up for failure. So you want to attack the fan base, you're gonna set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, and that's the problem too. Is like with the Halo show. It like you said, it wasn't. If you wanted to make a Halo show that wanted to have all kinds of whatever shit you want to put in it, that's fine.
If I'm gonna be honest, if you take the concept for the Halo TV show, remove Halo, you have a pretty good sci-fi show.
Right, yeah. Shit, honestly, if you just remove Master Chief, Dr. Halsey, Captain Keyes.
Just the whole, remove everything that's Halo.
Just remove those people and insert put a new Spartan in there. Because guess what? At the time frame when this Halo show is going on, other Spartans did exist. Make a fucking new one that we haven't heard about before or never got, or take one that existed and give them their own whatever.
Hell, get Kurt, maybe make him interesting.
Oh, fuck, whatever. We'll get to that.
What about one that finally shows what happened to Emil?
Supposedly he lives, right?
Yeah, he's the only one that Noble 6 that survives.
No, I heard the Noble 6 survived too.
He's alive?
Supposedly in the new canon, he's gonna be a. There's a joke. There's a whole theory about it, but they're saying that Emil and Noble Six survived. Now, just to understand, there's the Spartans, the Spartan ones, which were the Orion Project,
Yeah.
was just to make super soldiers, but it failed. It didn't produce any super soldier, and it made some enhancements.
Yeah.
And one of those ones was Sergeant Johnson.
Yeah.
Dr. Halsey started the Spartan program, and to honor the people from the Orion Project, they called them the Spartan Ones.
Yeah.
So Sergeant Johnson is a Spartan 1. Now the Spartan 2s. This is Master Chief George from Recon. And there's Kelly, Linda, all those fucking great characters. They're the cream of the crop. They were augmented, got the best fucking armor, an armor made for their augmented bodies, and they're fucking great. As we saw with Master Chief and all of them.
Yeah.
Then we get the piece of shit Spartan 3s, which was a cheap augmentation, cheap armor, cheap training, and
It was like mass-produced versions.
yeah, that failed on. No, they weren't mass produced. They were literally meant to be the cheaper version of the Spartan 2s that they could use to die.
Yeah, but they made like a shit ton way more.
No, they didn't make a shit ton of them. They made like 100.
Yeah,
Which is a lot more than twos,
Yeah.
but it wasn't mass. I wouldn't call that mass production. The
feel like there was more
fours,
than that.
the fours are the mass
Fours were
production.
the real mass. Okay, the threes were like the bridge between
They were
like early mass production.
They were the
models.
failed attempt.
Yeah.
Is the best way. Again, the rest of the Spartans in Reach were threes.
Yeah.
So George was a 4. The rest of them were threes. And I don't care what anybody says. Noble 6 is not beating Master Chief.
Yeah, true.
Emil is not beating Master Chief. Nobody is beating them because the Spartan 2s were the perfect augmentation and the perfect armor. Now, the Spartan 4s are definitely pieces of shits because there's absolutely no augmentation. The only reason they're Spartans is because of the armor.
Yeah. They just made armor that didn't require augmentation.
They didn't require the augmentation and bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't do it, but if you put Master Chief in one of those armors, you got the deadliest fucking thing to ever exist.
Yeah.
But Master Chief didn't need it. He has armor specifically made for the Spartan 2s.
Yeah.
Which, what was it? At 16, when he got his augmentation done, he went into the weight room and like, he's working at like, did somebody fuck with the gravity in here? He looked it up. No, that's a normal. I raised it up a little bit. Okay, now I'm starting to get a workout. This is after he got the augmentation done. So then a bunch of fucking ODST guys went in there to fuck with him.
Oh, I think I know what this part.
Yeah, he at 16, he fucking kills a fucking special forces soldier.
Yeah.
And without even fucking trying. Better yet, they were no longer able to safely train the Spartan 2s anymore after they got their augmentation. And there was a scene in the book where they went to a special underground bunker. They set up a little training thing and they have to go in there and do sabotage missions. And Dr. Halsey went in there to go see what's going on. And that's where they find out that the trainers had to wear the Mark 1 armor. Mark 1 armor, which was like these horrible, but they're huge, fucking powerful things, but a soldier wouldn't do much with it. And Dr. Halsey's all, you did not put my Spartans in one of those, did you? He goes, oh, no, those are for the trainers. That's the only way they can survive training the Spartan 2s. And so they're doing their mission, and she's like, I don't see them. Oh, there they are. They're all in black. They have ropes. They're going around doing the missions all perfectly. He goes, okay, this is standard stuff for when it comes to Spartans, I guess, but what's so special about it? We didn't give them black clothes. We don't know where they got those clothes from. We don't know where they got the rope from. Because we don't know what they got. All their equipment that they have, we don't know where they got it from.
Yeah.
And they've been observing them in this special room. And like, we don't know what the fuck is going on. We can't make scenarios that they can't beat. Like they couldn't. And it was like, oh, that's fucking great.
And originally, remember, they weren't even created to fight aliens.
They were created to fight insurgents.
Fight insurrectionists.
And I'm like, dude, it's like America using the F-22 to shoot down gliders.
Yeah, or balloons.
Yeah. It's like, holy shit. it's one of those things where like at one point did the guys design the F-22 like step back and said, "Oh shit, we created a monster."
Yeah.
But like, I mean, sure, there's been books about the other Spartans, but I don't think you're gonna get that with non-augmented soldiers that were kidnapped and brainwashed. I don't know. That's my gripe with Spartan 3s and 4s. Because I know there's a whole thing with Kurt, who's a Spartan 2. He's the one that trained the Spartan 3s. And there's a whole thing with me and Josh about whether or not he's a coward or a bitch.
Someone needed to train the Spartan fucking 3s.
I don't disagree with that. It's just the tone in which he left the team that's pissing me off.
He got kidnapped during a fucking mission that they thought he died, and they ended up just kidnapping him and saying, "Oh, cool."
It was the get-go. That mission was made up.
Yes. So,
With the purpose of kidnapping someone.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, right off the bat, they kidnapped the weakest Spartan. Because he was able to get caught, he was the weakest one.
Well, I don't remember the exact fucking circumstances of what it was, but it was some kind of thing that happened. And
regardless, Kirk abandoned his team to do this mission. And I honestly, if Kurt would have just been like, being a Spartan too, being able to do the shit I just talked about, to be able to send a message to them that says, "Hey, I'm cool, but there's something I got to take care of." That's it. That's all you had to do. And they would have been fucking golden.
But that's not how it works in the UNSC.
Tell that to Master Chief.
That's not how it works.
Tell that to Master Chief.
There's only one fucking Master Chief. There's only one. And we all know this. There's only one fucking Master Chief.
When all the Spartans that failed the augmentation and became deformed and malnourished and all that shit, Master Chief was about to fucking break protocol and kill everybody that was about to take them away.
Yeah. And there's only one fucking Master Chief.
I'm just saying.
Not everybody is going to be the Master.
He was willing to kill the entire command chain to protect his Spartans.
And I agree with that completely. Good on. That's the right decision. But there's only one him. We don't know if anyone else would have made that decision. Likely, it's pretty obvious that he's the only one who survived. The Master Chief is the only fucking Spartan who truly has survived every test that has been thrown against him. And there's no one else. There's no one else left. And we can't compare other Spartans to him on the same level because he's not even on a level that they can even reach. None of them could ever reach that. No Spartan could ever reach the level of them. That's why he's not called John 117 or Spartan 117. He's called the Master Chief. That's it. He's himself. He's the only one.
He's
one of a kind. He's him. He's got he doesn't got that dog in him. He's the dog. All right, like that's just it. So maybe Ruben should read the book of Ghost of Onyx, and then that way he can fucking he can formulate it.
Even the fucking cover of the Spartan 3s and their armor looks fucking ugly. That was some ugly ass.
You don't know
armor.
why? It's because it's that stupid EVA fucking helmet,
Yeah.
and it's the worst one. That is the worst fucking Spartan helmet of all time. And that's another thing that was very interesting about Halo in general is the customization options that armor, like, yes, cosmetics for the most part.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, we should also mention the fact that Halo was responsible for the creation of one of the greatest things ever of all time. Red versus blue.
Oh, yeah.
And Rooster Teeth.
well, just red versus blue.
What?
Wait, what?
Why? Why?
I said just red versus blue.
Why?
Rooster Teeth's not the greatest thing ever made.
The other things they made is great.
No, but Rooster Teeth is not the greatest. But red versus blue is an excellent thing.
Why all of a sudden with the hate?
It's not all of a sudden.
No, because you were fucking singing the praises of Rooster Teeth not too long ago. But then as soon as the shutdown happened,
Yeah.
your tone changed.
Yeah, because it's over. And they did it to themselves.
And
And that sucks.
it's better that they did it to themselves than somebody else did it to them.
But that's the thing. Someone else did do it to them because they allowed them to.
Again, Josh, not everybody can make something without help.
Oh, I know.
Even fucking Visipop had to fucking work with Amazon and A24.
Yeah, but even that's different. She's not going to have to shut down because, Amazon decides, well, you're not making us enough money. Cool, she can still go do the same shit and continue what she's doing, just like they could have done. But, like I said, they just made bad decisions. And then one thing led to another, and now here they are 20 years later, fucking out of business. And that sucks. Let down everybody.
But at least they had 20 years.
Sure, they had a good 20-year run. Good for them.
I just don't get the hate for it now.
It's hate.
Why?
I don't know. I just hate it. I hate them. They piss me off. I'm upset.
Because they achieved what you couldn't? Yet?
No, I mean, not necessarily.
Yet?
No.
Wait, what do you mean no?
No,
You
I
say
don't hate.
we're not going to cheat? You say we're not going to achieve
No,
that?
I'm saying I don't hate them for that. I hate them for not.
I can just feel the animosity coming off
Yeah,
of you.
well,
Right?
this is not the place to talk about that. So,
Why not? It's Halo.
yeah, but it's not. Yeah, correct. It's Halo.
Red versus Blue.
It's not fucking.
And Red versus Blue is the reason Rooster Teeth exists.
Yeah, but it's not.
And
it's not.
Since Red versus
We can
Blue
talk about Red versus Blue.
Red versus Blue is the reason that Rooster Teeth exists. Therefore, Halo is the reason Rooster Teeth exists.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. How about we do this? If you want to hear why I hate fucking Rooster Teeth, we will do a special butt fuck nowhere show, a BFN show called "Why Josh Hates Rooster Teeth," and then so you can listen to me just rant about that for fucking probably an hour. Specifically that.
Honestly, I believe it's because I like them and he can't like anything I like.
That's not true. Oh, that's not true. All right, well, guess what? Teaser for the fucking episode. So you'll have to go listen to it.
All right.
Anyways. Fucking Halo, man.
Coagulation. One of the greatest fucking maps to ever exist.
Yeah. No doubt.
Sidewinder was fun too.
Yeah. There's just so many great things.
Sorry, not Constellation. Blood Gulch.
Blood Gulch, yeah.
Constellation is Halo 2.
You know what else was cool too is like it was Blood Gulch, then it was Coagulation,
Valhalla. And
what the fuck did they name it in fucking?
in 4, it was that weird one with the Mantis mech
Yeah.
where the 2 crashed ships are.
Right, yeah.
But
And then anyways, but that was cool that they did that. And it just sucks that Bungie's not making them anymore. That they had to go fucking fuck off and make Destiny.
and now whatever Project Man.
Now whatever fucking whack shit they're gonna make now that
Was it
Destiny's
Project
dead.
Man or something?
I don't know, some fucking stupid shit probably.
All right, whatever.
Either way, it's gonna piss me off. So I hate Bungie now too. So that's
That one I can see because they deserved it. They did shit specifically to say "fuck you, Microsoft fans."
yeah, fucking terrible.
All right,
Just like Rusty said things specifically to say "fuck you, Josh."
yeah, I can see that because
Yep.
they're a piece of shit too.
Yeah, true.
Anyway,
Anyways, all right. Well, fuck. I guess that covers Halo Combat Evolved.
stay tuned for Halo 2
Oh yeah, so stay tuned for Halo 2.
in the introduction of Skulls.
Yeah. Oh man, that's another good one.
Yeah,
Anyways, all right. Well, shit. Thank you guys for listening so far. And if you want to hear,
more of our disorganized thoughts.
more on multitudes of other subjects, you can go to Game Rage Magazine.
Even when we organize them, they're still disorganized.
That's true.
Look at the plane. Look at the plane episode.
Yeah, you know what it's called? It's called Organized
Organized
Chaos, which is a fucking oxymoron, but that's what this is.
I mean, that's pretty much the American military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much Game Rage Magazine, which you can find all about at GameRageMagazine.com.
Therefore, Game Rage Magazine is equal to the U.S. military.
Yeah. Can we get some Apache attack helicopters and maybe some F-22s? I think that's in the budget.
That's in the budget.
Yeah. Anyways, but if you want to hear us talk about that, you can go to GameRageMagazine.com. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. Frank is at anime_syndicate_podcast. Don Juan Rubidan, he doesn't have social media. He doesn't believe in that. He only believes in playing on the Xbox. He hates all things that are not Xbox.
What the fuck are you going on?
He is an Xbox guy.
What the fuck are you going on?
I'm trying to see if Xbox will sponsor us for something. I don't know. If we have at least one guy that's just all Xbox only and has never betrayed them,
That'd be me.
negative.
Yeah, that'd
you
be
love
Frankie.
Nintendo too, so you can't. I'm talking about
I haven't
only.
owned a Nintendo product since the GameCube.
That's not true.
What have I owned?
The DSXL.
No.
The Yeah.
I never owned a DSL.
Yeah, you did.
That was Jose.
You did. Nope. I gave you one of my old ones.
No?
Yep, correct.
You were gonna.
I did because I got the new Nintendo DS XL.
You got the 3DS. You were gonna give me the old XL, but then you ended up doing the GameStop because they had a deal if you turned in your old system. They gave you $150 off.
That's not true.
It is.
That's not true.
No, because I remember I told you about it, and I even told no, dude, it's cool. Do that because I can still play with Jose's.
Well,
Because remember, you were gonna get the DS XL,
you know what?
but then you
This actually
with
works
that
better.
deal it was the 3D XL.
This actually works better in our favor because now we have two guys that are just Xbox
he
only
owns
guys.
every console.
Shut up! Don't say it.
I'm actually a board. I'm actually an owner. He's not.
No one needs to know that.
He's a part-time guest.
Guest is a little too high, don't you think? I mean, what's lower than guest?
Intern.
Part-time intern.
Pest.
Pest. Oh, that's a good one. God damn it. Fucking Ruben. All right, you're employee of the month again now. You've defeated your sister, and now you're employee of the month again. Anyways, all right, well, get fucked. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Congratulations, you survived another episode of the Team Killing Glitchtards. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. Also, subscribe on Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag.